Short clip put up by Secular Talk. He's got a whole lot of subscribers, I'll tell you. Title: Epstein had sex with Melania a year before Trump, says Michael Wolff. The Kyle Kulinski Show. Someone's got to ask Donald how it feels being second hitter, huh? What's it say about Melania? She's just a whore. That's all she is. Just a whore. You don't want to hear it? Don't listen. Let's listen to what Kyle Kulinski has to say.
All right, guys, we got yet another Trump-Epstein bombshell to share here with you. So Michael Wolff blows the lid off this, and this is something that we know Melania doesn't want out there because she's threatening lawsuits, dog. She threatened to sue Hunter Biden for repeating the claim that originally came from Michael Wolff. And the claim was that Epstein introduced Trump and Melania. So she threatened to sue, right? And Hunter Biden came out on Andrew Callahan's show, Channel 5, and he said, fuck you, I'm not retracting it. This is from Michael Wolff. And there's a reason why, by the way, they didn't sue Michael Wolff, because Michael Wolff, if they sued Michael Wolff, all this shit would come out in discovery. You know, he has his sources, he has his evidence, and so instead of going after the original person who said it, they're going after Hunter for repeating it.
Look how this guy swears all the time, huh? F this and F that. It's unbelievable. But he gets away with it.
Thinking, oh, hey, that'll help us, get around discovery and the stuff won't come directly from Michael Wolff. I'm sure Hunter would work with Michael Wolff, and Michael Wolff would work with Hunter, and all that shit would come out anyway. But she's trying her best to hide the truth. So now, Michael Wolff gives us a new bombshell revelation. Listen to this.
A new book was published yesterday in the US and UK entitled The Rise and Fall of the House of York. It's by a British journalist by the name of Andrew Loney. And it's about the pathetic life of Prince Andrew, but it is also about his connection to Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein, and Melania Trump. And in fact, it contains a passage in which Epstein is quoted, and this is from an interview apparently in 2007, where he says that he had sex with Melania a full year before Donald Trump commenced his relationship with Melania. The hardcover copy of the book was widely available yesterday, and it contains that passage. But the ebook and the audio book, which were also released yesterday, do not contain that passage. So what happened here is that between the printing and the distribution of the book and its release is that Melania Trump started to send threatening legal letters to anyone who might connect her directly to Jeffrey Epstein. So the publishers, and this is hard to figure out exactly what they believe they have accomplished here, but clearly they published the book and clearly had it vetted by lawyers and decided it was legally sound. But then, in the face of Melania Trump's threats, they ran and hide. I mean, it's kind of ostrich-like to think that they could put the book out and the printed book can contain one thing and the other versions another. But that's not the point. The point is just panic. So we're at this moment in time when this information about Epstein and Trump and the Trumps is coming out, and yet at the same time, the White House is doing everything to stop it from coming out. And this is certainly an example in which they are succeeding.
So according to Michael Wolff, anywhere from 7 months to a year, whatever he said there, before Trump and Melania got together, Epstein had sex with Melania. So according to Michael Wolff, Melania is Jeffrey Epstein's sloppy seconds that went to Donald Trump. Oh, that's brutal, bro. Oh, that's the most brutal thing I've ever heard. Now, we already knew that Trump and Epstein shared a girlfriend, but that was in relation to a different woman. But it looks like, now, we don't know what the timeline is or if it overlapped, but it's possible that that also potentially was the case, according to Michael Wolff, with Melania. So if you're keeping score, and I know many of you are, if you're keeping score, Epstein was best friends with Trump for a decade, and he's on literal audio tape saying that directly to Michael Wolff's face. Epstein had Trump on his plane 7 times that we know of. The first time Trump and Melania had sex was on the Lolita Express. Epstein knew the inner workings of Trump's first White House. Trump, of course, according to the Wall Street Journal, wrote that creepy love letter to Epstein on his 50th birthday, where he said, enigmas never age, and we share a lot in common, Jeffrey. Trump offered Epstein a job in his first term as well, according to Epstein's butler, and he went and spoke to, what was the Daily Mail, I think, or the Telegraph recently. And the biggest one to me is that, according to Epstein, he learned human trafficking from Trump's modeling agency. Which, Jesus Christ, is that dark? That is dark, bro. Trump had that teenage modeling agency. He's on fucking Howard Stern. This is the part that drives me crazy. He's on Howard Stern, and he's talking about this teen pageant that he's doing, and he talks about, oh yeah, I get to walk in there when they're getting changed, and I'm the only guy that's in there, and I get to look, oh, is everybody okay? And I can look at he says, I look at their beautiful baddies. He's admitting he's a pedophile. That's a flat-out admission he's a pedophile, right? We know. Go look at the connections. Donald Trump, Jean-Luc Brunel, John Casablancas, Jeffrey Epstein. These are sick pedophiles that had fucking modeling agencies. And now all this stuff is coming out. All this stuff is coming to light. That whole world is a disgusting underworld. And now this guy is president. Now this guy's running the country. And so, we'll see. I hope Melania does sue Hunter or does sue Michael Wolff, because I'm sure Michael Wolff's sitting there with all the fucking receipts. I mean, he's got, hundreds, thousands of hours of interviews with Epstein? Everything he has is fucking sourced. So yeah, let's get it. But as was pointed out, there's a reason why Melania sued Hunter and not Michael Wolff. But perhaps stuff will come out in discovery either way. But man, the drip of stuff. And the media's moved on, but they fucking shouldn't. This is a huge deal. And unfortunately, not many people know about it. You got to come here to learn about it. Hey, y'all, do me a favor.
You know, it's amazing the way he swears and he gets away with it. I guess he makes too much money for YouTube. I'll attach the link. So what do you think about Trump having sloppy seconds? Huh? I told you she's a whore. I wonder whose kid that is. Don't look like Trump. The kid's what, 6'8", 6'9"? Maybe she was banging Wilt Still Chamberlain. No, he'd be black. I'll attach the link. Let me know what you think. And thanks for listening.